such an asshole.
All right, this is a long one, and we're just gonna have to get through it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little off right now. I woke up at 6 a.m. and started working, and it's only 4. I'm like, well, it should be like 9. I should want to go to sleep. Dearest Cappy, first of all, I wanted to say that I love you, no homo, in the truest, most alpha sense possible. You're the big brother we all need. If you could please keep some of my finer details anonymous. You're a youngish male. You're in your 20s. I hit the gym and work on various side projects. I live in the United Kingdom. Came here from an oppressed Middle East country when I was a little kid. Went through the worst schooling / neighborhoods in the United Kingdom. Through hustle, I got into a decent college here. But I majored in finance and economics. Bad, I know. Yes. Don't worry, I did that too. I was wrong. Worked through college and paying myself through government loans. Paid for it myself through government loans. In the United Kingdom, whenever you are not in full-time employment, you don't pay student loans. The only benefit of socialism, and the interest is pretty low. After college, I landed one of those jobs that all graduates die for, a competitive place at a bank in, we'll just say in the finance industry. You got a job in the finance industry. After several years of doing this, and other certifications, I was sick of it and decided to join a tech startup. Like, no, you didn't listen to Cappy, did you? You don't major in finance and you don't work for startups. One day, I'd be keen to hear your thoughts on the whole working in Silicon Valley thing. Anyway, binging your videos lately has me nodding every 5 seconds as if it's as if you have a chip in my brain and can read my mind. I just went down the path you did before. That's all it is. I have zero tolerance for bullshit and can't stand most people. 99.9% of people in every workplace are actually cretins. I quit the startup after a few months of realizing the grass is not always greener on the other side. So I used my money from the finance industry to invest in a small investment. You manage this investment. And I started a very dude bro business. Yes, it is very dude bro. Yeah, very dude bro. I know, bro. This service-based business did well, providing me with some income, but it was essentially a lifestyle business. Hey, look, at least you did my ballroom dancing. All right. Was it a business? I mean, in the most technical sense, yes. I mean, it is a bit, but was it a real business? No. Taught me a lot about entrepreneurship. Taught me about saving my tax receipts, how to good an accounting system to put together. So if it made you money, that's better than most of the dude bro businesses. And it taught you, how I don't know what it's like over in the United Kingdom, but I assume you have to set up some kind of legal entity to run a business, get a bank account, employer tax number. It's not like software or online media where you have leverage. Once you build once and sell twice, as in your case. The videos / code work for you even when you're asleep. Again, I hate people, and dealing with clients was pissing me off. Fortunately, all of this experimenting since leaving my job in the finance world has been only 2.5 years. I've learned a lot about myself and how the real world truly works. Yeah, there you go. All right. Enough is enough. The most important things for me in work are autonomy, intellectual stimulation. Boy, unless you're working for NASA or some real great place, you're not going to find intellectual stimulation. You're just not. Good pay, the ability to do flow work or deep work, as they say. Given my fairly strong mathematical background, all of this combined with soul searching has led me to now want to pursue software engineering. I don't want to fall into a paralysis by analysis. I want to move very fast on this. I plan on doing a coding camp soon, securing a job places. Oh, you want to come to the United States? Okay. It is better than the United Kingdom, I'd agree. UK's just not that big either. I mean, here's our island with a lot of rain, except if you go to that other island, but we only own a third of it, and they're Irish over there. They got even more rain. Oh, we hate those guys north, the Scots. Yeah, we all hate each other. We hate the Welsh. The English hate the Scots hate the English. Yes, we got it. Hang on. doing a boot camp very soon, getting a software engineering job somewhere. And then as soon as I get the job, I also enroll in an online master's in computer science part-time, because this theoretical knowledge combined with my practical knowledge from boot camp will serve me well in the long run and will impress future employers. A master's degree it's better than no degree. What do you think of this? Also, do you think software engineering is beginning to get saturated? No. If it was going to get saturated, the wages would be lower. Now, maybe on some entry level stuff, like at one time, if you could program HTML and do websites, practically you could command whatever you want. So you're gonna have to find out what the most in-demand computer languages are. Go get certified in those. Take your boot camp, get proficient, and learn to suffer. Learn to volunteer for projects. You're gonna have to be an autodidactic, I think is the word, and a really hard one on yourself, where you're going to have to teach yourself everything to get the job first and then go for a master's degree. Employment rates of most boot camps have drastically dropped in the last few years as supply has been catching up with demand. Yeah. Not to say one can't get a job. I won't be a pussy about it. I will code all day this year and get a job living off previous income. Also, what do you think about the future of coding as a career? Look, I don't know. I'm not a coder. All I am is an economist. And I get one thing I get tired of is people think I just say major in STEM and go into the military, which I do. And then people are like, there's no jobs in STEM. It's like, no, no, there are jobs in STEM. I know people who have jobs as engineers, programmers, whatever else. And yes, it may be getting flooded, but what else is there? Right? The economic phenomenon known as wages tell me that it hasn't gotten flooded yet. I do know this. I'll tell you this much for sure, and I'm sure any software engineer who's kind enough to provide this young gentleman a little bit of guidance in the comments section below. You can't just be this basic bitch that came out of boot camp. You got to know your shit. You got to be real, and this is the biggest hurdle or chasm you got to jump, is going from no experience to experienced. I don't know if you volunteer or work at nonprofits or whatever you do, but that's the hardest part. And I know one of my very good friends is an IT, high level IT. Well, I got two couple, and they have 20, 25, 30 years experience, and they're getting certified all the time. And they didn't just stop at their CCNA and did their computer networking and that was it. They moved on. They got their skills sharp. So that's the hardest part you're going to face. So the boot camp's not going to hurt you. It's certainly going to help. Hopefully it's not too expensive. But don't think that's just, now I'm making $100 an hour or pounds. Also, I think so right now it looks pretty good. Number two thing I like about software engineering, remote. Yes, I know you probably have to work because some Gen X boss with gray hair who's not as brilliant and foresightful as me. I can't see you. How do I know you're working? I mean, there's still going to be some remnant of that, but I think this is one of the better careers that lends you to digital nomadsy. So if you want to come to the United States and check it out, you could still work, travel around, and maybe you want to go, United Kingdom. Weather gets kind of cold, and I'd imagine during winter, maybe you want to go down to Ibiza. You want to go down somewhere south, maybe in the Mediterranean somewhere. So you don't have to stay there during winter. So I'm still pro that. It pays more than banking. But I don't know. I think it will be intellectually stimulating. I know you want good pay. Well, that's probably going to come with it. The ability to do flow or deep work. I don't know what that is. Intellectual stimulation, the subject will be, I find programming, what little I've done. It's like, it's creative, but do it every job. Here, if you haven't read the book, get this book. It doesn't matter what your job is. Porn stars are sick of sex. Beer meisters are sick of beer. Cappies, I'm not sick of it yet, but there's days it's like, no, I really don't want a fucking podcast. God damn it. No, I don't want to answer emails. So I would not look for your point, purpose, and value in life, or at least certain levels of intellectual stimulation to come from your career. Just make the money, man. That's it. And try. I think the best you can get is to avoid these 99.9% of idiots and fuckwipes out there. where you're not dealing with HR. You're an in-demand software engineer. You have accreditation and several of your skills, and they need you more than you need them. And then you're not laughably, I don't know, do you guys have the diversity mandatory indoctrination and training over with your employers? The irony that you'd be dragged into that because you are of a minority population there in the United Kingdom. Like, you could avoid that. Like, nah, I don't do that. No, but I have to go find someone else because I got an 80-pound per offer over here. And I don't do the touchy-feely diversities and sensitivity training and all that. Matter of fact, I don't even talk to HR. So don't pin all your purpose in life value on this. It's just a job so you can make money and you don't have to worry about like food, clothing, and shelter anymore. It really is just a psychological ease. That's what it's for. Do you think it has legs longevity to serve one for life? Yes, I do believe so. You have to stay on top of it. Maybe things change. I'm aware of developing multiple streams of income. Good man, especially with that investment you made there. I continue to work on side projects and will be able to do even more of the ones I like to do once I can code properly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once you can program, you could start your own, apps, whatever else you want. Sure. Finally, regarding the online masters in computer science, I'm looking at several U.S. colleges online. These include colleges such as Georgia Tech and the University of Pennsylvania. Despite being online, the final certification for any of these programs doesn't state it's an online program. They give you a full master's award. Great stuff. All right, here's what I want you to do. Now, it could be, you mentioned these two. What you need to do, and it's in the description below. I'll put this maybe in the chat room for people to see. Let's go to the chat room here. And hopefully some of you guys are software engineers and give them a little bit more advice than what is general advice that I'm giving. Go to this website there, ed.gov/accreditation. And make sure that the schools are accredited. Now, Georgia Tech is accredited, not UPenn is, but you want to make sure that you are getting an accredited degree, master's degree in computer software. Well, what are you getting? Masters of Science in Computer. Oh, wait. Where'd it go? Georgia Tech computer science program is very solid in every sense. The U of Penn program is not technically a master's of science and computer science. It is instead a master's of computer and information technology. UPenn still pitches it as a computer and master science, maybe a cash grab. Well, let's take a look at what they got. My main fear is that they'd have the word management in there. Then you knew it was bullshit. But online master's in the only Ivy League. Is UPenn Ivy League? Huh. Designed for students. The only online Ivy League master's degree in computer science designed for students without a computer science background. Ooh. 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 I don't know. Math for not math majors. Degree requirements. Introduction to software development, mathematical foundations, computer science, introduction to computer systems, data structures, software engineering, computer systems programming, algorithm and computation. All right, these sound legit so far. Well, 4 electives. You only get, that's it? 6 core classes? That's it? I don't know. I'd go with Georgia Tech, honestly. I don't know. It could be just as well because it said Masters in Computer Science. This might have it there. It's not going to hurt you. Okay. Number one thing is that you get your credentials, certifications, experience, programming, a portfolio together, and you work hard at it. Okay. And you said you're going to pursue this part-time. At that point, I don't know if your degree is going to matter as much, because it's going to be your experience and your proficiency in different languages. So if you have your master's degree, yeah. There's a gut feeling in me. I prefer Georgia Tech because I hate the fucking Ivy League. Bunch of arrogant fucking overbloated pieces of shit, and they're not the best anymore. They're usually the worst. Whereas Georgia Tech, I think it's kind of like Texas A&M. They're it's a nerd school. Like Urbana-Champaign, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I don't know if they have an online. Our commitment to inclusion is, now how many classes are you going to have to take? about race and gender that has nothing to do with programming. Long term, I don't think it's going to matter. It's going to be your hustle. But I would just, if I had to choose between the two, I'd go with Georgia Tech. I mean, is there one that's significantly cheaper than the other? Some research I've done, people I've spoken with think that the Penn is not as highly ranked as the Master of Computer Science, such as Georgia Tech's solid program, is not very deep or legit. Okay, so people you have talked to who know more about computer science, yeah, and I'm like 6 core classes. For someone who's never programmed before, it's like you probably have to take more than 6 classes. Like, I can't just take 6 classes. I have a master's degree in computer science. But in this bullshit world of status signaling that we live in, I believe UPenn, being an Ivy League, has much better name. It can credentialize myself more. I don't know if that's maybe over in the United Kingdom it would, but in the world of IT, I don't think so. And I believe in the future. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right about that. I could be wrong. But I have a feeling there's so many pompous, arrogant, political, worthless quantahahas going to the Ivy League. Yeah, when I was younger, the Ivy League meant something. Harvard meant something. Now it's like, you couldn't pay me enough to hire one of those assholes. It's like, get the fuck out of here with your dad's money. There's no meritocracy here. You don't work hard. Your mom sucked the right dick. Okay, there. Now you came out. I'm stuck between better name versus better program. Go with the better program, which is more technical. Absolutely. Go with the better program, man. Just go with the better program. Please, can you advise? Once I learn to code, I will continue to do side projects, some of these being software solutions, but I will, of course, stay in full-time employment as I do this. If the 1 in 100 chance any of these take off and I secure venture capital funding someday, then, and only then, I can leave my job. I don't know if what do you need venture capital funding for? Why don't you just you get established, you get a career, and then you just go take on independent contractor projects. Join the 1099 superior race, or whatever the United Kingdom calls contractors. That's what I would do. Just take on little side gigs, and that's your business. You don't have to start some software company with people and employees and other pain-assery. Dude, bill out at 200 pounds if you can get up that high per hour, to get really advanced. And then just work 2 or 3 hours a week, and there's your money and no headache. You know what? You worked for a startup. You gonna want to go work there again? Pain in the ass that was. I say this, nonetheless, I say this because venture capitalists love credentials and which college you went to. Yeah, that's why they all fail. You do know the vast majority of .coms fail. The vast majorities of companies fail. The vast majority of startups fail. Because they're exactly interested in this. Like, I know one place, well, you got an MBA. We need an MBA to lead. It's like your senior software engineer, software as well. He should lead because he has experience. He's worked from the ground up. Oh, no, we need someone with an MBA. And, of course, it went belly up. That's why I asked which master's is better. I'm stuck between Ivy League credentials, more solid. I would say more solid. Maybe people have a different vote down below, but I would just go with more solid because you need the skills, man. You're going to need the skills. And I don't know if you want to go down the venture capital route, man. Time is more important than money. If you could be banging out 100 pounds an hour, I don't know, why do you go through the pain-assery of hiring people, firing people? I don't know what the labor laws are like in the United Kingdom. I don't know what managerial nightmare and financing nightmare and documentation and road trips you got to do to be a successful venture capitalist. So what kind of one of the better things is I'm going to go to Phuket and program and chill out on a beach. This is my work life. I will send you a separate email in the coming weeks about my relationship life. I'm not religious, but if I have to pray for you to live 150 years of age, continue imparting your wisdom, common fucking sense. Please don't do the Smith & Wesson. No one understands that Smith & Wesson. It's like when I'm terminally ill and about to die and I'm wreathing in pain. I just like, oh, it's been a bad Tuesday. Pow. It's not. It's like I'm going to die no matter what. So instead of accruing $750,000 in medical bills, why don't I just kindly take myself out? Much love. Common sense is uncommon. Well, thank you very much. I think there was something else. I said, look, it's going to be expensive because it's tax season and I had to go prices. It was a longer one. I just paid the $100. Please don't apologize. You are a gem that we must protect you at all costs. Well, thanks, man. That's one of the kinder compliments I've received. You have to protect me. Just got to protect my books. Make sure they don't get burned or taken down because we don't like the capitalisms. Video response. One thing I forgot to add. Constant concerns and anxieties. Life is looking after my family members who are getting old. They got to take care of themselves, man. Guys, you can. If everyone took care of themselves, we wouldn't have problems. I understand if you fall ill or you're crippled or injured. Okay, I get that. But guys, and you're an immigrant, and although maybe you didn't come to the United States, man, I've seen this all the time in the United States. They come here like, yay, my children would take care of me now. It's like, fuck you. Go work, motherfucker. The number of moms. Well, mom didn't like to work, after the kids left the house and she was done cooking, and then she just stayed around. And now dad drives cab while mom eats the stereotypical, this is more of a stereotype of the 60s and 70s where the wife would be at home eating bonbons, watching soap operas. All my children. They're all that. Your parents, your uncle? What's this? What? I would like to get private health care for them all, which is expensive in the United Kingdom. Some sort of gym membership person. No. What? They're incapable to go to the gym themselves? That's why income from software engineering, but man, this is, compared to you guys, I treat my parents like shit, but I'm honest. I'm like, I'll leave you in a ditch. I'll leave you in a ditch. I'm not paying for your you're not going in a nursing home because I'm not paying for it. So you better stay. And they do. You guys have to have this conversation with your parents. This bullshit where it's like, oh, we're going to force you to go to school until you're 20 effing 5. And then we're going to have all these advanced credentials and you have to probably get a master's degree. And we won't really pay you a living wage until you're about 30, 35, 40. And then you need to start supporting us because we're old. Go fuck yourselves. Fuck you. Another console. All right. Well, thanks a lot. There you go. Oh, and then, this guy, he emailed me through my CappyCap account. Yeah, the email was down over at Asshole Consulting, but it's back up now. I contacted my IT guy, and he got it back up because that's a thing that liberal arts majors can't do, is get the email to work again. Mexi Mike for $2. Yeah, let the peanut gallery begin. Dominic Laurel for $7 Canadian. What do you think about Bitcoin? Are you buying? No, I'm not buying. I already bought some. I think I bought it like at $800 a while ago. And I got some, like people were paying Asshole Consulting is like $35 a shot. Then get rid of this crap. And I'm like, it's a toy. It's a trinket. I don't know. I'll tell you how I have not paid. I've paid as much attention to Bitcoin as I have. The stuff going on in Washington, D.C. I didn't know until like 2 hours ago. There were like riots and shit. And I'm like, oh, I don't care. I do not. I wouldn't try to time Bitcoin. Last I heard it was up to 32,000. I'm like, it's a little pricey. Yeah, who knows? That may be the cheapest ever is again. But no, I'm not buying because money, as you know, Dominic, I'm not kidding. The majority of my money is going to a septic tank fund and exciting things like flooring and faucets. Have you guys ever wait till you build a house? What kind of faucets do you want? I don't know the kind the water comes out of. Oh no, literally thousands of types of faucets. And that's the unexciting, insulation, concrete. That's where my money is going. So I'm not buying Bitcoin. Leif Barstow for $20. Septics are important. Yeah, they are. Septic tanks are important. Cappy got a poo. Alex Cyrus, when do you think the 2021 economy will boom? Once not all Democrat, but mostly Democrat, some Republican governors and mayors get their boot off the neck of the U.S. economy and like, hey, go get and make it easy. I don't think it's going to boom. When it me and Glendon Cameron have this, I thought it was going to be V-shaped recovery because I believe the politicians. Oh, this will be 3 weeks. We're done. We'll be fine. Almost a year later, this big long ass U recovery, the little vintage gamer for $2 is obviously wrong. Waffles suck. So do pancakes. Go French toast. You are wrong. It is pancakes is obviously the correct answer in that. I'm sorry you are a communist. And I think that's it. We caught up. There we go. Okay. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I will see you kids later. And then for those of you who do have requests in, I know I'm a little backed up. I had to do taxes. I had something else I was doing. I was doing lots of other non-sex, like organizing receipts. This was not terribly sexy stuff, but it had to get done. So I'll see you guys later. Toodles.